Hey, hey. Hello, welcome. Hey, you. It is great to have you here for tonight's very special Freak Week Day 1. Hop into the chat, let me know just where you are, what's going on. Hey there, Linda. Come here, darling. So, I have a special guest tonight. This is Pearl. She is freshly shed, looking all shiny and nice and ready for action. I figured she would be a good addition to a into a Halloweeny kind of event. So I'm just going to go ahead and gently. Oh, thank you, Linda. Hey there, Colina. Hey there, babes. I'm going to let her get settled. She tickles. There she is. Okay. Thank you. I was so excited to be vampire-y tonight. I made the fangs. I have a little bit of a lisp, but I don't mind. Pearl, what are you doing? All right. I'm just gonna get her settled so she's you know what, she's good where she's at. And I'm gonna get our prompt sheet out. Got a little bit of black glitter on there. Girl, what are you doing? Hey there, Sydney. I know, isn't Pearl just so gorgeous? She's coming into all of her freckles, all of her little banana freckles. I didn't realize that whenever I got her, that bananas, her genes, get freckly as they get older. They ripen like a banana, which is cool. Okay, I have dice here. I have a snake in my shirt. And I have a prompt table here. So let me switch to my overhead here. I have lots of different supplies all ready to go. And here you go, kiddo. She's feeling the itch for adventure. She's actually probably just not loving all of these lights. But here we go. All right, so we only have 4 tables. I decided I wanted to keep it fairly simple. Fairly simple for this one. I didn't want it to be like some super complicated where there's a lot of choices. So I just have 4 tables and I'm going to roll on all 4 of them. And we're going to take those prompts and we're going to do some sketching for about a half hour. And then I am going to try to actually execute the piece. So one of the things that we are rolling for here is indeed the medium. So we could be going with pencil, ink, watercolor, digital, gouache, or charcoal. And then beyond that, I'm a big fan of doing characters. So I have a nice little like array of characters here. And then just a couple of things. We have some actions and we have some elements. I wanted to keep it fairly simple with lots of room for interpretation so that everyone can have a everyone could have their own sort of vision. So opening up my big old sketchbook, I want to be able to jot down my notes. I'm really excited for this, gang. I have been looking forward to this all month. All right, so very first we're gonna roll. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for medium first because I'm really curious about what's gonna happen. I have some of my dice that I have made. One, pencil. All right, good. I'm just gonna take that note really quick. Then let's do a character. So that's going to be a D12, which is, where are you, friend? Here we go. The D12. What are we going to do? 2. A ghost. Ooh. Now let's do, I guess everything else is D12, so let's go with it. Let's do an element that we're going to add to this piece somehow. 3. Water. Very nice. Excuse me, Pearl. And last but not least, let's do an action here. Hey, Brenda Lee. Oh, Brenda Lee, by the way, I just wanted to say I saw your Renaissance outfit finally. I don't it got lost in the inbox apparently, but I just saw it and it was awesome. I am jazzed with your outfit. Okay, cast a spell. All right. So, we have some options here. Hello, daring northern adventures. Okie dokie. Pearl, I have a nice little hut for you right there. Right here. Are you just going to go under my hand? Okay. All right, we have our roll. Let's get rolling. Hey, Pearl. So I just want a regular old pencil. I don't need nothing crazy. Pearl, darling, go in there. Ah. Always, always, always with the trolls. Oh, well. Alright, I got my pencil. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this really quick. And then let's go ahead and do some fun ideas. Let's do some thumbnailing. Pearl is in this little, I have a little terracotta hut right here on the desk that she can hang out in. But yeah, she's just adding to that ambiance. She's been busy being in shed for the last several days, so I haven't really talked to her. I haven't had her out or anything because they're pretty grumpy when they're in shed. All right, so we have a ghost, we have water, we have casting a spell, and we're doing it in pencil. Okie doke. All right, let's just get moving. Sorry, I don't know why we're not coming up on YouTube for you, Brenda Lee. But I'm glad you're able to find us on Facebook. If you look very carefully, you can see Pearl's little snoot right there. Oh my god, she just yawned. Oh, that little snake just yawned. She's so freaking cute. Yep, there she is, her little nose, checking things out. So I'm right now initially with these prompts, um I'm thinking about like a reflection, like something about like her standing in water and like the reflection of the spirit or something. All right, Brenda Lee, I'll let you know if she comes crawling out so you can be warned. But she's most likely going to stay right there and hang out and just watch. But if she starts to get out and get too adventurous, I will just put her back in her enclosure. Yes, daring northern adventures. Yes, John is moderating, so he's keeping an eye on it. It's not unusual to get trolls. It's just, it just happens. Um, but yeah, I got Pearl a couple months ago, and she has been hanging out, living in the studio ever since. She just got done with her second shed. So she is already growing. You're DJing, Bobby? That's awesome. What I like you got to tell us a little bit more, a little more deeps. What kind of DJing do you do? Brenda Lee, yeah, she just basically as she grows, she just sheds her old skin and has a nice shiny new layer underneath. Snakes instead of doing it like we do where we shed continuously, we're just constantly shedding skin cells all the time. They just save it up and then slip on out of it. The first one I cleaned it off and I put it in a glass jar, and I'm just going to preserve it basically. The second one we threw away because she also pooped on it, so it wasn't a keeper. But I'm planning on at some point um, dyeing, like getting some alcohol ink and like coloring the shed and embedding it in resin. Ah, you got us on YouTube. Awesome. You're at a Halloween party? That's awesome. Well, as the DJ, are you doing anything like especially fun? Hey there, Pearl. She's sticking her nose out and she's gone. Okay. Oh, yeah, Colina, I will definitely be sharing whatever I end up doing with her shed skin and like the resin and all that. If I do that, I will definitely be sharing it because yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be super cool. Also, just want to share this sketchbook that I have here that I have had for over 10 years. Oh my God, I've had it for 15 years. I got it in Scotland when I was 18, and I barely used it because I'm a chronic afraid to use it kind of a person. But I'm getting better. But I thought it would be the right ambiance for this sesh. Oh, hey there, Jen. It says you have to have a channel to join on YouTube. That's so weird. Hey there, Pearl. Oh, that's awesome. Brenda Lee, you have a wasp nest that you want to embed into resin. I actually I actually have the same thing. There's a paper wasp nest in the other room that I got from just outside the studio actually last fall. And I'm definitely wanting to do something with it resin wise. I'm just not sure what. Hmm. Well, thanks for letting me know about that issue, Jen, and everyone else who commented about the YouTube issue. This is obviously still something that's fairly new for us, but oh, hey, heads up, Brenda Lee. Pearl is popping her. Oh, the second I say something, it's like she knows her name. All right, she's back in. So I'm trying to figure out how to get creative with my prompts here. I've got ghost, water, casting a spell. I kind of have a thing going on here, but I want to like really look at how can I make this a narrative? How can I make this a story? Thank you, Bobby. She is a beautiful little banana. ghost is cast out of the water. That's an interesting idea. Ooh, you just gave me an idea. Like, okay, yeah. Hold on, wait. I've got an idea here. Ghost cast out of the water. So I'm picturing something like, maybe something like she's splashing water up, and maybe like the splatter, the splashes are forming the ghost somehow. Trying to think of the motion that would, like a twisting. Oh my god, I'm almost out of time. I'm going to give myself 10 more minutes because I didn't start sketching until 5 minutes in, but I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to come up with an idea that I like. Hmm. Good question, Colina. Thank you for asking, because I definitely have been curious, but I've been like super keyed in. Uh, Basically, is everyone else drawing tonight? Like, what are you doing? Are you drawing? Are you hanging out? Like, are you DJing for an online Halloween party? Just watching, just hanging out, going rogue and practicing your eyes. Nice, nice. That's a good practice sesh right there. So, just as a reminder for anyone who's just kind of tuning in, we have that we rolled and we have pencil as the medium, and then the like actual prompt words are ghost, water, and cast a spell. Bobby, I'm glad that you've got some good music going. I wish I could be playing music on here. I still haven't figured out how to do it without getting in trouble. Not in trouble, but like, copyright's a whole dang thing. There's such a good premise in this set of prompts, but I just cannot quite figure out. There's something I'm missing. Oh, all right, we're getting in on the last minute now. Okay. Okie dokie. So we have a number of things here, number of sketches, and I think my favorite one might honestly be the last one. I don't know, I really do enjoy the action and movement in this one, in the throwing of the water, but I don't know, I feel like I feel like I'm not convinced in my own ability to make that pose work and make it read right. But I kind of like this one, like slightly readjusted. Let me try this really quick. Slightly readjust the kind of like the idea of the two characters being long lost lovers. Okay. I think I'm going to roll with this. Righto. So now it's time for me to get the paper that I'm planning on using and the pencils I'm planning on using and begin to put this thing together. So let me do that. Trying to decide what paper should I do. This little lisp that I have is cracking me up. These teeth are pretty good. Like, they're pretty good at not having a bad lisp, but it's still there a little bit. What shall I use? Pardon me while I go peruse my options. Smoptions, I forgot that I had nice drawing paper. So I'm just going to use this because this is the kind of occasion that we can do that with. So we're going to let it develop. We're going to let it go as it goes and see what happens. But I think my initial thinking is that I'm going to sketch all of this out with my Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils. That's a tough one to say with fangs. Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils. And I'm going to do that and then draw on top of it. But I'm going to draw with some pencil, like graphite pencil, but I think I actually really want to lean on colored pencils for this because there's nothing in the rules that said I couldn't. So I don't know why I'm arguing with you guys. This is me doing this to myself. So let me grab my Kohl Erase pencils. Oh no. I may have left the vast majority of those pencils at home, so I might be doing a lot of this with colored pencil then. That's okay. That's okay. I do have one. Okay. I have this little gray one. That'll be nice for just getting a quick sketch down, and then I can go and do more. I'm just wondering, I'm not used to colored pencil. This is not my normal medium. I sketch a lot, but I don't like render things out with colored pencil. And I'm wondering if there's any reason why I couldn't do graphite and then colored pencil. Thank you, Brenda Lee. I appreciate it. I felt really good getting ready for this today. I love getting dressed up for Halloween. And John has just so nicely offered to run in the coal erase pencils, but you're good, babe. You're good. I'm fine over here. I will make it work with what I have. I am in an art studio filled with art supplies. I can figure out, I think, how to make this work. Probably. But let me go ahead and flip to my overhead camera. I mean, like, it's just, I mean, Halloween is so much fun. One of my biggest grumps about getting older is that I'm not like, Halloween parties aren't like a given anymore. It's very much like you know, sometimes you might get invited to something, but for the most part, you just kind of like, you're an adult now. And I don't have kids, so no trick-or-treating. So I have to find my own reason to do it. Oh, Brenda Lee, you are so smart. You are so right. Do a sample test to see. That's the number one thing I give other people advice for, and for whatever reason, I didn't even think about it. So I'm just going to use one of the ones that we already have here. Because I'm thinking if I can use the blending tool, I can do a lot pretty quickly in terms of like putting values down and then draw right on top of it. Never Too Old for Lego, great name, asked, can you do a cross between Frankenstein and the Devil? Well, I already have my prompt for the night, so I'm going to have to pass, but I absolutely implore you to give it a shot, because you absolutely can. There's a vision there to be had. Let's see. Okay, so if we get it like really good and dark. Yeah, the color comes up on top of it, okay? I don't see any reason why that shouldn't work, so let's roll with it. Got my nice drawing paper here. All right, so now I'm trying to figure out the sort of general composition. So I'm going to do some really light sketching here in just a second that you're probably not going to see a lot of, and that's not the most exciting, but you know. I don't know what Pearl just did, but she may have just farted. I'm not sure. She just made a noise in there. I'm still getting used to her smells, her sounds, and her smells, to be honest. But y'all talking about breakfast food in the chat. I love it. I agree with the discourse that breakfast food is top notch. It's the good stuff. I was trying to figure out where their eyes are so that I can make sure that their faces like line up. Well, that looks like he's just grabbing her boob. We don't want that. Not this time, anyway. Y'all are funny. Hmm. Thank you for the invite, Brenda Lee. I love coming to a good old Halloween party. Maybe next year. Flo. Flo is a great Halloween costume. I love that. We've got a pearl on the move here. As a heads up. Okay. I've got a rough sketch. Now let's go in and let's do a little bit of detail, shall we? I'm just going to go ahead and keep using my, funny enough, my Blackwing Pearl. Give it another quick sharpen though. Anything, darling? Okay, goodbye. Hey, Luana. Nice. Nice to see you in here. You've been drawing all day? That's fantastic news. What have you been drawing? And was it like intentionally like meant for today to be a drawing day, or like it just happened that way and you're thrilled about it? I assume. Don't let me put words in your mouth. Drawing eyes today. Ooh, you and Luana, or Luana, you and Colina have synced up. But congrats, well done. That's just awesome to hear. I'm so glad to hear y'all are practicing. Thank you, Luana. The prompts that we rolled were ghost, water, and casting a spell. Oh, also, Luana, heads up, there is a snake on the table, resting right there inside that little cave. If that's something that is concerning to you, I thought you should know. Yeah, Pearl has joined us for tonight's session. Thank you, Daring. May I call you Daring? I appreciate that. I enjoyed the roll for inspiration uh prompt thing is just such a great way to get me to like go outside of my normal comfort zone, you know? You were almost bitten by a copperhead last week, Luana. What on earth? Story time, story time. I can assure you that I do not have a copperhead in here, though. I can tell you with 99% certainty. I'm glad you're okay, by the way, just to say. I'm really glad you didn't get bit by a copperhead. I like snakes, but, you know, not quite enough to root for them. Out in the country. I kind of want to say that this is like this story right here, by the way, the narrative that I'm building. I'm feeling like it's a sailor who like drowned at sea or something, and his lover who's trying to get a last little I don't know, last little word. This feels very oceany. Time for some blending stump. Okay, see, Be careful adding candles to your scene like I have, because then they completely mess up the entire, like, the lighting is going to be so weird now. Like, not bad. It's going to be hard. Thank you, Brenda Lee. Go in and thicken up the lines around the face so that they are more separate from the background. Luana, I agree that it would be, for one, congratulations on starting your second sketchbook. That's freaking fantastic. I hope you're excited. Um, and I agree. I would like to have a place like a session, like a critique session or a sharing session. I think that would be really beneficial and fun. Decided I'm going to have him as a ghost be a light source as well. Hey there, Sydney. Oh, hey there, Pearl. Checking things out? What you looking for? You're probably looking for mice. Sydney, have I ever considered making a webtoon? Short answer, yes. Long answer, holy cow, yes. I have been wanting to do it forever, but it just hasn't happened. I've been busy. I just haven't like worked on it. But yes, I love the idea of doing a webtoon. I love webtoons so much. They have been a huge influence on me. Basically, I'm just going and toning the whole paper now. We're doing a night scene. There's nothing that's really bright except for him. I want him to stand out. Sydney, I do the same thing. I get so in my head about like things that are so not the issue right now. Like I get there's so many things to consider, but like you also don't have to necessarily consider them all. Sometimes just doing is better, and I know that, but I still don't do it. So, oh, Colina, did Sydney just introduce you to webtoons? Ooh, man, that's an exciting place to be. I'm glad I get to witness this. When Lore Olympus was still coming out, I was feverishly checking it every single week. John and I both, we would read it together. And shoot, you can see the Lore Olympus influence on my art. If you look at my old sketchbooks from 2018, 2018, 2019, I was very, very, very influenced by them, by Rachel Smith, the creator of Lore Olympus, for those who are uninitiated. Yes, I know that art style. So expressive, so beautiful. Lore Olympus really just, oof, hit me right in the feels. Okay, everything is toned. That's good. Now I want to go and make sure, like, basically, like, darken the areas that need darkness the most. I think for that, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the heavier hitting pencils. Yeah, I got my 8B here. Let's make this C nice and dark. Heck yes, Colina! You are going to love it. Or you're going to hate it. I don't know. But if you're anything like me, which I suspect you are, and by suspect I mean I have a really strong inclination to believe that you have similar tastes as I. And I love webtoons. There's not a ton that I follow like religiously anymore, but it's still just really great to see so many people being able to, like, go and make something and then have a following. The internet is just such an amazing tool for creators to find their people, make the stuff that they want to make, and then find their people, and it's just so cool to see. Exactly, Colina. You and I are cut from the same cloth. A lot of the folks on Foxy are people who were cut out of the same cloth, which is why it's so much fun. We found our people. We needed in this drawing right here was some contrast, some tone. We needed a little bit more darkness. Oh yeah, big my giant nerd boyfriend, absolutely another great big influence. I love Fishball, the creator. She is she is fantastic. Plus, I relate to their, at least the giant boyfriend slash husband and little tiny girlfriend. I am the little tiny girlfriend in this equation. John is the big, tall boyfriend. It's so funny that you all don't know him, like you don't see his face. Um, like it's so funny because a lot of you like know John from moderating, but like you don't know the fact that he is freaking gigantic. Uh, the man is 6'9", and he dwarfs me because I'm only 5 foot tall. And so in person, we're a very striking couple. We stand out. People look at us. We we are a very unusual looking couple out in the world. Thankfully, we've gotten pretty used to it. We're almost at 10 years of marriage. That's so ridiculous. Like, not 10 years of being together, 10 years of marriage this coming April. Like, who am I? Who is this person that I'm married to? That's crazy. I didn't think I was going to get married when I was a kid. So, like, the fact that I not only got married, but got married, like, way younger than anyone else. I was only 21. I was 21 and John was 23. We were both babies. When do you get to see him? That's a good question. So it's just a matter of we gotta just get him in front of the camera. He's a little nervous, to be honest. But everyone's a little nervous getting in front of the camera. That's kind of just pretty standard. Oops. Also, 27 years of marriage, Bobby. Congrats, that's awesome. I hope to be like you one day. He's the tallest man you've ever seen. Yep. Yep. I have seen a handful of guys taller than him, but only because they were basketball players who played for, like, college basketball. Jen, is John artistic too? He is artistic in a very different way than myself, which is good. Because if he were the same as me, I don't know, I'd fight him for dominance like a beta fish or something. Um, no, he has very creative ideas and sees things that I don't see and systems that I don't see. He sees like big picture stuff that is completely beyond me. But he does do art, but mostly he sticks with like fluid art for now. For now. Okay, so something that's bothering me. I gotta about this piece that I gotta talk about really quick. My eye keeps getting drawn to this right here because it feels like you should be able to see the horizon right there, and even though we can't see the horizon, like the line isn't there, it's not visually there, but it's implied right there. And because of that, it's reading as a conjunction. What do you call it when the lines come together? Uh, it's three lines coming together and I don't like it. So I'm gonna make an edit here. Not even gonna use my pencil, just gonna yeah. Tangent. Yes, Colina, thank you. Ooh, Bobby, I will have to go check that out. Thank you. That hot tip. Spell for a smith. That's better, I guess. Luana, you're right. I am lucky to have the same passions as him. We have overlapping passions. We do have our own different things. I, for example, like reptiles. He is neutral. Although he is getting more and more infatuated with this snake as the days go on. We're slowly winning him over. That is a really nice dark sea, isn't it? Hey, Pearl. Pearl's poking her head out, seeing what I'm up to. She's a curious little thing. She likes to explore. She keeps looking up. She sticks her head out and then she keeps looking up like she's looking at the lights or something, maybe the camera. You're right, Brenda Lee. It is really impressive how just like a simple little bit of rolled up paper can make such a difference. Oh, I'm gonna take a quick stretch. Really quick little breather. How's everyone doing? Oh, apparently my traps needed that. I'm honestly impressed I haven't managed to get a bunch of like stuff all over my hands. Ooh, it's good. Ooh, it's good to take breaks every now and then. Move your move your body, move your shoulders, take a drink of water. I haven't done this whole entire time. I'm trying so hard to not accidentally knock my teeth loose and then swallow them. If I choke on a tooth, there's no one here to save me. It's just me, so I gotta like be on top of that. Oh yeah, sorry. Colina, you going to bed? It's almost my bedtime, so I'm gonna say goodnight. Hope you post the finished product somewhere so we could see it. We being those of us who can't stay up past 9. I understand. Thanks so much for coming and joining us for this fun little drawing sesh. We'll definitely be posting pictures, so um, don't worry. You can go to sleep, rest easy, knowing that you will find the final result somewhere. Brenda Lee, that's such a sweet thing to say. I enjoy watching you create, like watching a dancer dance. He's so nice. Pearl is there. Pearl is where? Oh, wait, hold on. One thing I'll say is that I regret not taking this out of its sketchbook because, like, it's constantly wiggling back and forth. Having to, like, pin it in place with my finger. It's not a big deal, just kind of irritating. Oh, train Pearl in the Heimlich maneuver. She's here with me. You crack me up. I did not expect that. You're right. You know what? She's a compression snake. She's got that constrictor thing going on. Maybe she can give me chest compressions, something like that. Not really wanting to like actually deal with the background, like with the plants and everything back here, so I'm just being really quite vague with it. You know, just trying to kind of get it in there. Oh, Brenda Lee, you crack me up. Once I finish getting these values in, then we can kind of go and start playing around with adding some color in here. Oh, shoot, I didn't even realize I answered your question, Brenda Lee. I was looking down. We synced up our brains. Can you guys tell I don't really like doing backgrounds? Oh, by the way, Brenda Lee, I didn't say it just because, I don't want to prompt it unless you want to talk about it, but I hope you're feeling better. I've been thinking about you this weekend. I'm really glad you're feeling better. That is such a relief to hear. You were going through it. Hopefully, it never flares up again. Of course, Brenda Lee. We hang out every morning on Sketch Sesh. I gotta make sure you're doing okay. You're part of my morning crew. And my evening crew, as apparently, as it turns out. I'm gonna go and add just a little bit of shading to our guy, just so he's not so flat. First, I gotta kind of clean off my little thing because my it's been through a lot of dark. What do you call? You know what I'm saying? It was dark. That was I just needed to clean it off. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, some good fur babies are the best company when you're not feeling well. 100%. My pets tend to know when we're not feeling well, either physically or emotionally, and will come check on us. Actually, Basil, she's really sweet. She could have been a service dog, I think, if she could have had her nervousness trained out of her because she is very worried about me a lot, like for a lot of times for no good reason. But a couple days ago, I was stretching, like I was doing a forward fold, so I'm standing upright, bent at the waist, and like have my head hanging down, and I'm stretching, and um, Basil comes over and like kind of walks up underneath me and sort of places herself there like she was afraid I was gonna fall. Like you know how service dogs do whenever they have like a cardiac or a seizure alert sort of a thing, and they'll like stand underneath their people to make sure that they don't fall and hurt themselves. She she does that, which is really cute, and no one trained her to do that. She just is like that. She's just like, you seem like you're doing something weird. I'm worried about you. Let me just stand directly underneath you. Wedge herself between me and the ground. 168-pound Masper? Maspier? Half English Mastiff, half Great Pyrenees. Oh, I see. Pyrenees, Maspier. Java and Cappuccino, both Chihuahuas. 16 and 11. Well, they must be good snugglers. Nice little lap pups. Hmm. Okay, now I'm going to add color. I feel like I valued this plenty. Okay. Okay, first things first. Let's do first few obvious things, which are going to be these candles. Luana, what's your cat's name? Also, 18, great age. Cats can live to be so long because they can be so zen about it, you know? My grandma had a cat that lived to be like 22 years old. And he was just kind of a just a little guy, you know? Just hanging out. Hung out in the garden a lot. What colors do I want to use? Everything is dark, so I definitely want some dark blues and stuff. So I'm going to hop over here and test my colors first. Okay, so this is more of a purple. What color should he be? What color should he be? Maybe he should be a light purple? Yeah. So I'm coloring. I'm not an expert in like colored pencils or anything, but I'm coloring very lightly because I'm trying to kind of treat these layers like a wash almost, or like a, yeah, like a really thin glaze of watercolor. So I don't want it to be opaque and cover everything behind it. And I'm gonna use the same purple to imply the purple light is like kind of cast on her a bit. Now the point where I am going to start turning this thing like crazy because I don't want to smudge it. Luana, nice to have you here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope to see you tomorrow. It was great hanging out. Oh, just an FYI for those who are interested in sketch sessions. Sketch sessions, hard to say with fangs in. I while I'm doing Freak Week, I will not be doing sketch sessions. Just so I am not having to be here early and late. Every once in a while, I whip around just to make sure that I haven't, like, that the candles haven't set something on fire. Not that they would have, but like, I keep forgetting that they're there and then whipping around after I realize. I put them in such a way that they would be like freak accident if something were if they were to light something on fire, it would be crazy. Okay. Now I have a super pale purple. Oh, that's not as pale as I thought it was. It's just a little bit more grayish. Yeah. Hmm. Not sure I'm loving having the graphite underneath the colored pencil. It feels kind of like it's muddying, not muddying, it's just kind of dulling everything. Many years ago, I had one of those 3 wick candles. I blew it out before bed, but woke to it all melted and ran off the cabinet to the floor. Guess the wick was hot enough to reignite. Whoa, that's scary. No, thank you. That is a scary, scary situation. You don't use candles anymore. I don't blame you. That's enough to set anyone's hair on end. Okay, so now I'm going over this with a super light blue pencil. Kind of trying to like press a little bit harder this time and kind of blend it in. kind of getting up in the tooth of the paper. Really like that color though. Oh, Bobby, no, I guess I haven't actually mentioned what this is. What is this called again? A Hoover. Hover. Hover, I think. Hold on, let me. It's from Maker's Cabinet. Sorry, I'm holding that so weird. I'm trying to keep the pencil shavings in. It's from Maker's Cabinet, and it's some kind of fancy pencil sharpener that I bought for, it's ridiculously expensive. It's like $70 for this thing. I was feeling lush and decadent. And it's not what I would, it's not great for like regular everyday stuff, but it's pretty good for things like colored pencils, which tend to have softer leads and are more prone to breaking when you use a traditional twist sharpener. So I like to use it for this. It's kind of one of those just little gimmicky things that I got an ad for, and I was like, I couldn't resist because it's wood and brass, and it seems so fancy and nice. And it is. It's so heavy. Feel that. Hear that. I mean, you can't feel it. Ah, dang it. The tip of the lead just came off. Boo. All right. Do I happen to have a second one of this color? No, I don't. Okay, let me see if I can get this sharpened. Oh my god, that's perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can keep this lead around. Yeah, the graphite's feeling a little too smudgy. If I could do this again, I would not use a soft graphite. Maybe I might use a harder one, like a 4H or a 2H maybe. But I used a really soft pencil, and it is being all kinds of kind of smudgy. Hey, Pearl. She seems so vexed by what I'm doing. It must smell so interesting to her. Sticking her little head out. Hey, babes. Hey, you're really coming out now, aren't you? We've got a snake on the field. I have to get going. Thanks for sharing this beautiful art. There's definitely a story being told. A webtoon story. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Sydney, thank you so much for joining tonight. This has been a bucket of fun, and I appreciate the kind words and the company. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Feel free to join in tomorrow, where we'll be doing it all again, but with a different costume. Snake is back in her little hidey hole, Rendalee. If you were averting your eyes, you may look again. I keep catching myself sitting in terrible postures and then having to correct myself. Okay. Now, I want my girl to be nice and alive, nice and not bright, but oops, just threw a pencil straight on the ground. Wow. Also, I gotta say, I love this color palette right here. This is really nice. Absolutely, Brenda Lee. You definitely don't want to leave an older dog waiting on the bathroom. That is urgent business. Not sure I'm loving this blue color for the moon, but there is no erasing it, so that's the color of the moon. Sorry. Poor little Java. That is hard to deal with. Pets shouldn't be allowed to age legally. Feels not right. I've tried before, not today on camera, but I wouldn't be able to erase it enough to do the thing that I would want to switch it to, which is yellow. Yellow was my other thought, and I went with blue, and eh. Truth be told, I'm not loving this. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. The coloring, by the way, not the I like the drawing, but the coloring is not quite hidden for me. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Brenda Lee, you're gonna make me cry. Our upstairs neighbor at home, not at work, is has a wonderful Shibu Inu named Nuki. like Tanuki. She just turned 14 and she's been having trouble lately, and it's been really scary for them. And, you know, she's not our dog or anything, but still very much feel sad. You know, we want her to be happy and healthy and whatnot for as long as possible. She's a really sweet dog, which you might hear Shibu Inu and be like, a sweet dog, but she is. We've got a nice active snake again. Here she comes. Hey there, darling. What you up to? She hasn't come out. She just keeps sticking her head out. Just checking stuff. Checking out the world. Checking out what I'm doing. I feel like there wouldn't be any green actually visible in the trees. Yeah, a common question that people ask is, well, that not so much, okay, start over. A common issue that people have is not knowing when to stop with their artwork. And the only way to really know is to do what I just did and blow right past the finish line, which I should have ended with just the pencil without the colored pencil, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what I would like until I did it. Now that I've gone right past it, I know what I'm looking for next time. want to add, or I want to do that with a collage I'm working on. I added a third color to the main background, and only one of the thing is pasted down, so I want to cut it out and start, okay, start over Lagari. Okay, that makes sense. That's good thinking. Also, Brenda Lee, I was not laughing at your comment. I was laughing at Bobby's. I realized that the tone there may have sounded weird, but I like that your dog's name are Java, Cappuccino, and the late Latte. I like that naming theme. That's really nice. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I sure did learn a lesson. Okay, so the reason why I am getting frustrated with this here, this is, yes, Brenda Lee, exactly. It's easier to add more, so much harder to take away. And so the issue is that I've established that the light source is the moon, the ghost, and these two candles. Great. But if I'm trying to, because I did everything in black and white beforehand, I can't really color the sea, so it's kind of just remaining dark gray. And then the rest of it, all of the colors that not all, but most of the colors that I have are too saturated. I need stuff that's a little bit more um, dark, like more gray green, gray blue, gray this, because when light is dimmed, the saturation of colors is also dimmed. And so by having like all of these more saturated colors, saturated, um, it's making this piece feel really off in a way that is frustrating. There's nothing I can do about it. But that's okay. I'm happy to learn. I'm not like upset or anything. I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to make mistakes in front of the camera. This is just my thought process out loud. Oh. An ink outline. I don't know if I could at this point. The texture, like I've covered the surface in a lot of waxy stuff because this is wax based colored pencils, so I don't think that the ink would stick very well. I think I would actually make it look worse. Not a bad suggestion, just I don't think it would be the one solution. But I think I'm getting to a stopping point here because I at some point I'm just putting lipstick on a pig. Again, not that I'm like I'm not trying to like beat up on this, like this is a terrible piece or anything. It's just I've gotten to a point where I've already gone too far. And I think I might be just looking for an exit. I think there's some really good things here. I like the composition. I like the way that, you know, this was put together. I like the concept and the little story that's come together. The characters' expressions are really nice. But the coloring is where I jumped the track here. Oh, excuse me. I think I am going to go ahead and call it right there. But I will go ahead and write the date on it. I do need a black fine liner of some kind, huh? Let me grab one. Oh yeah, I can feel it already that that fine liner is not going to want to lay down very nicely on that pencil. It's a little waxy. I could stump over the color, but I have no other stumps, and this one's already like got the black and white like on it. I don't think I could. Maybe I could get a little. Kind of. It's not exactly. No. I appreciate all your suggestions, though. Like, they're solid suggestions. Just get in here and at least give her an eye color or something. And then I will also go ahead and grab one of my hard pencils. Sweet, nice 6H. And I'm going to just define the eyes a little bit more on both of these. Okay. Okay. I think that this is the piece of the night. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, like, I have my issues with it, but considering that it was conceived and executed in less than 3 hours, I'm pretty pleased with that. That was a good run. I think that a story was told, a narrative was created. There's action, there's movement, there's color, even though I don't love the color. I'm glad that I tried because colored pencils are sort of new for me, and the only way to make them not new is to do things just like this. So, um, whew, yeah, I think this was a really solid night. I can't wait for tomorrow's. All right, I think without, I don't know, I didn't really have an ending plans to this, but I want to give just a moment just to hang out, chat before I just go. Um, but yeah, how are you guys doing? Thanks for joining me tonight. This was really, really fun. Thank you, Jen, and thank you, Linda. I appreciate I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and either making time for your own art. Um, I know Luana and Colina both had to leave, but I loved they were practicing eyes, which was, for anyone who doesn't know, what we just studied this last Saturday. So um, awesome to see that that you all are just generally like doing stuff. You're out there, you're creating, you're practicing, you're thinking about it, and you're working on it, and it's just I love to see it because all these blooming artists who are coming up with their own styles and their own touch on the artistic world. And thank you all for hanging out with me and Pearl. I know that not everyone is a big fan of snakes, but she was a very good girl and just hung out in her little container for the night. So I'm just gonna. She is in this terracotta cave. I got this I have no idea what this was originally for, but I got it at the thrift store. Like there were two of them. I couldn't think of anything else that they could be good for besides this. Okay. So, um, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for tonight. And thank you guys so much for being a part of Freak Week Day 1. And I like to see I like seeing my fangs in the camera. Um, thanks everyone. Now I'll be lisping less tomorrow. I won't tell you what my costume's gonna be, but there'll be less lisping for sure. All right, good night, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow night. But wait, I gotta press the right button. Okay, goodbye.